Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D video. We are moving away from our freeware planes now again. I think the last video we did was the HS Trident 121, and we're now going back into payware. And I don't think this one needs an introduction. It's the PMDG B777-200ER. Great, outstanding plane, high fidelity. And we'll be doing a flight from Qatar to Dubai. And what can I say about this plane? Great exterior, they do good modeling in that sense. I also have the Parallel 42 immersion package for it, so we'll get some nice effects. Some sad things, they never released like the cockpit upgrades, so we don't have like the windshield or the rain effects if it would rain, but I doubt it will here in the Middle East. It kind of rarely does. So that should not be an issue. But it's a bit sad, of course. I do still hope they'll release that as a kind of farewell gift, but since they did promise that in 2022, but let's see. It's a business gotta do business thing. But yeah, so this is the 200ER, sorry, and we have the, I think it's the Rolls-Royce engines on this one, so not the GE. I think this is the Rolls-Royce, right? You have the GE, the Rolls-Royce, and then you have the Pratt & Whitney option, right? So this is the Rolls-Royce one. And our flight will be, which I think I already said, but from Hamad to Dubai, so we're keeping it short and sweet, just like I usually do it. And I'm not sure if they fly this route. If they do, probably with smaller airplanes, probably not with the 777. Or maybe if it's a lot of people traveling, I guess they could do that. I know there's been cases of A340s going between like Helsinki and Stockholm. Or no, sorry, not Helsinki and Stockholm, but Copenhagen and Stockholm. So I guess it wouldn't be too out of the ordinary to see a 777 between Hamad and Dubai International. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. In terms of scenery, we have the taxi to gate Hamad scenery together with photoreal. We have photoreal for all involved countries. Then in terms of Dubai, that's the flight dump one, the old one. So I don't think it has all the new terminals and stuff, but it's a good one. And we have, of course, photoreal as well there. I've become such a photoreal whore, almost you could call it. Only flying to places where I have that, but it just looks so much better. But I do, of course, do videos flying in other areas as well where I haven't gotten that. I mean, it takes a lot of space. Interestingly enough, on that topic, and now I'm doing a bit of a diversion in that sense, but the X-plane photoreal, I was looking at that, seeing if I should get some of that for our flights, but it's so much bigger. Like the True Earth for like southern UK, that's like 200 gigabytes. It's like compared to 40 for P3D True Earth. And it looks good, of course, but I'm not sure it's worth that 160 extra gigabyte. Because then you gotta take into the equation that you're not only buying the scenery, you also have to have enough space. So you're buying a bigger drive. But oh well. Okay, so back to our flight. And just a quick look around again. Looks amazing. Let me see if I can find a good. There's no cabin though, so that's always a bit sad. Let's go through here, see if there's something to spot on the inside. No, it's empty. It's pretty good, the Hamad scenery. But yeah, look at the 777, just nicely modeled. God, I hope they don't ditch P3D completely. PMDG, it's they make such nice planes. And it's yeah, I mean the newest models for Microsoft Flight Sim also looks really cool. So that's yeah, that's all I'll show from the exterior. I mean, look at those engines as well, crisp, just beautiful. Beautiful plane, of course, the 777 as well. One of my, maybe not my favorite long hauler, but one of the top 5s, I would say. It's just a nice plane, generally. And it's weird because it doesn't really have any like special things going for it. Like it doesn't look special like the 787 and stuff, but hey, it just does it well. Let me just get my camera back so you don't have to see this dark, empty cabin. There we go. And I do wonder, because it did look like they did have a PMDG 777 cabin. Did they ever think about doing that for Prepar3d? Probably not, right? Okay, yes, there probably was at some point. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's any cabin in the Prepar3d version, which makes sense. But still quite interesting. I think though I mean these are payware. This one is still for sale, actually. So that's on the Airsoft website. But they have stopped selling Prepar3d, at least temporarily, on their own website. So that's a tad bit unfortunate. Hopefully it will come back though. Okay, so let's get started so we don't take too much time. I'm gonna open up my flight plan. I'm gonna ask our passengers to... Oh wait, the first things first, we gotta get this plane booted up. And I think you can do it by pressing menu here. You can get this one started. So let me just quickly make sure we get that ground power requested, and that should be a model on the outside. So there you go, you see this little thing, that should be the ground power. So that one should be connecting. Whilst we wait for that, let's start the battery. Let's do the primary, secondary, external power. And I'm not going to be using the FMC in game, I'm going to be using the one. We can do the Ardiro as well, so we get the navigation. But I'm going to be using the... we can probably put those both on. I'm going to be using my separate cockpit simulations FMC. So you'll see it changing here, but I'm using it hardware, on a hardware, separate hardware. I can show you if I click there, you'll see it's kind of... Now I'm not using the mouse for that. Okay, so the first thing I always like to do is go FS sections, payload. Since I've been doing so many of these other videos, it was a while since I've flew this, but I usually fly this one quite a lot. So, 3, 6, 2, SR, 0 fuel, wait. And it can't take on that much. That's some crazy 0 fuel weight it's giving us. How the hell? Maximum takeoff weight is 265. So why is the Simbri flight plan giving us these crazy numbers? Let me edit the flight plan just quickly. That's a bit unfortunate. I don't know why it wanted to give us... it could be a bit, of course, different from plane to plane, but let me just see if I can... I mean, what's the maximum we can go? 250? Can we even go that? Yeah, we can't even go that. So if we do... Let me see here. Calculate and compare, maybe. No. I want to change our... We can do the fuel calculation. But if I want to do the... I'm going to bring this forward so you can also see it. But if I want to do something more... let me see, I'm trying to get away this... Sorry about that. This bar that's beneath... there we can hear the sounds from the 777 that it makes when it's starting up. Quite legendary, but there should be the you know, where you put in all the data, so to speak. If you're using the 777-200ER, let's see, airframe aid editor. Does this? There's nothing to save. So I would just like to change it. I mean, let's see if we generate flight, if it will just give us the same that we just got. Okay, so it's still giving us quite super high zero fuel. Those are just estimated anyway, so let's just go with another one. I'm thinking we can go with, or maybe, and now I'm thinking maybe this is not in pounds. That could be the reason. So let me go to actually away from this quickly, because I'm also noticing we don't have the EFB here. So it might be PMDG setup, then equipment, we'll install the EFB. So there we go, we have the EFB. Also, let me see, I think these other things are pretty well set up. We have the analog clock, which I like. No need the flight, no SATCOM, we have V1. Let's have bank canal callouts, why not? Let's have these called, usually find them helpful. I'm pretty sure it's company options, right? 5. Let's call 5 as well. Let's see, I think that should be the settings. And then in terms of displays, there we go, pounds. We'll do Celsius. Let me see if there's anything else here that we should change. I do not think so. Perfect. Maybe failures, just to make sure we are not by mistake. No active failures, good. Because I have these maintenance failures active. So basically the plane can theoretically at least it can fail. But oh well, hopefully it doesn't happen this time. But good, so now we kind of fixed our problems. Now if I go to FS action, payload, there we go. Now it looks more reasonable. And now I just realized I was also using the in-game FMC, so I'm gonna go and change to the FMC, or use my hardware FMC. So there we go, we put in the zero fuel, we can put in the fuel as well. We should not have that much fuel. 30,200 pounds, which does make sense. There we go. Now that's nice. This looks good. Doors. We have that door open. We can open cargo front, cargo aft. And then we can go to FMC. Nav data out of date, but that's fine. Okay, so now you can see the cargo doors are opening. Nicely modeled. Captain Sim, please take note. Not because they can model these ones, but because they can model the main cargo door on the 767. But oh well. At least it looks good on the outside, the Captain Sim 767. Let's see, so we can start the boarding process. We should have about 214 packs. So let's, like we always do, we put a bit less. Let's put 120 with GSX. Let me see, I don't think we need to select any jetway. Then on this one we can start flight. Let's do crew boarding as well. Flight number 755, cruise altitude quite low, quite a short flight generally. I think you should have the 777-200 here. Let's do 100. Let's do in-flight entertainment, not sure they have Wi-Fi. You can do Emirates boarding, and then safety, Emirates safety video. start. So we get that nice immersion. Okay, some other things. We can arm the emergency lights. We can try the fire test. Make sure that one works. Put on the hydraulics, the packs. Put on that one for when we're starting the APU. And once again, going a bit ahead of things, I think you do this in a more structured process, but oh well. I put on nav and beacon just because I always forget to put on beacon. Otherwise, so you need that to warn that you're starting the engines. Nav adiro inertial. I think the nav adiro is on, so what we need to do is go to position in it. Let's see if we can take it from here. No, I can do it from here though. Like that. And there we go. Now we have our positioning, so it's nice. We can put that to root. This one I can also put the FMC. This one I can't control with my hardware because I only have one FMC. Haven't gone and splurged on another one. Unfortunately, I don't think the A-cars is working on this one. It's kind of just a placeholder, so that's a bit sad. You have that with the FS Labs and it's really cool. I think also with the MadDev. So it's going TARA on that one, so I don't forget to do that either. But yeah, beautiful cockpit as well on this. I mean, this is without, of course, the updates that would have been released. But you see there's some of the external. Let me go down a bit because we're getting into the textures. There's some of the external modeled, which is nice. You can see some things that look a bit old school, but I mean it's still a decent model. Like this 2D panel kind of thing here. I mean it's still a good plane. Working weather radar and all that sort of stuff. Put on our flight directors. And let's see if they've started loading up our plane, and they seem to have done that pretty quickly as well. Beautiful, interesting airport. I'm not sure if it's still being constructed or if it only was when they made this scenery. But yeah, it is a nice airport. I've been there. Let me see. We can put on these fuel pumps just to get that error away. Okay, and now what else? Not that much else. We're boarding. We have everything set up. We can basically just start with our FMC, but before we do that, let me just have a look here if we can see the airport map. We can. I really like the EFB that's built in like this. It's just such a neat setup. It also looks neat when I watch some real pilots fly the 777 and they use this one. So the PMDG makes a really good EFB. That's just my honest opinion. Okay. Let's then put in our origin. OTHH. Ahmad. We're going to OMDB. For the Dubai International. We'll be taking off from runway 34 left. Sometimes it doesn't take my commands. And we'll be, let me see, what was our flight number? 755, if I'm not misremembering. So that's good. Then we can start with the departures and arrivals. And I actually think my FMC is a 777 FMC, so that's pretty cool. Like it's all correctly looking. I can use it of course for the 737 as well and 747. And I think for the IXEG 737 in X-Plane. So it's quite versatile. I'm also hoping to buy a hardware one for Airbuses as well. That would be cool. Let's see, departure then. 34 left. Let's see now that we get the right. So they're asking us to do a direct actually, so no SID. So we're just gonna do a direct then to al sem, I think. Let me just check if it did take that. Yeah, I think that's how you do it. Okay, so al sem L305 to itbo. Then N, so these are our airways that we're doing now. To put that, and now we should have the star, which should be with the 3C, the 30 ILS, 30 left. There we go. And let's see if we'll use the trans, and the way we do that is by going to Prepar3d. I'm just gonna change this. I think I have the white one to so the Emirates. We are heavy. I always forget to say heavy though. Then flight importer from SimBrief. There we go. It's your nice flight plan. We have no SID, so we just do 3-4. No SID. But we do have a star. Interesting though, why don't we have a SID? Is it because they're just... Couldn't you just do like PARS2? What would that... What would the effect of PARS2 be? It's just going straight, right? That would work. Let me load that in. Yeah, that looks much better. I'm gonna use that PARS also in game. Then star. We know we had 30 left, and we had the Vute 3C, 3 Charlie. We can do transition. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's the right transition. Then approach, and here we have the ULDA transition. So now you can see we have a nice looking flight plan, a really organized one. So that's perfect. And I'll start by connecting to the sim, and then I'll file the flight plan as well.
When you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bin
This should be a
and
nice
smaller
flight.
items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in a front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bin.
So,
if you have any trouble finding a location for your carry-on items,
no
please
80s,
let a flight attendant know and
or
we
this
can
not automatically. Let's put on the
After you put your
radios.
carry-on items in the overhead
You have to
bin
put
and
them
it is
on
full,
here for
make
it
sure
to
you
work.
close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also
Let's
be
go
sure that the aisle
directly
is
to
clear
the...
and sit down so that way other
And it does seem
passengers
like
can get
Logitech
by
panels
you.
are working, so
If you're
that's nice.
seated in an emergency exit row, please review the exit
Let's
seating
see.
responsibilities in
We
the
can
safety
put
card
these
provided
to
for you.
220.
Please make sure that you are able and willing to perform
And
these
then
actions.
here we need to
If
do
you're
the
not, please let a flight
departure.
attendant know so that way you can be
The
received.
PARS2
Not
one,
the time
right?
to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once we depart from the gate, you put away any
So let me
laptops
see,
or
then we do
tablets.
PARS.
Thank you and welcome aboard.
And then it should be direct to Alsem, right? I'm just gonna put that in directly. I don't think it's a vector, at least on Prepar3d, so I just want to make sure that those are aligned. We'll activate. Then we can go on initref. This is a really low cruising altitude of 21. But okay, we'll go with that. Let's have a look at what our C... Oh, now I'm using the in-game. It's good that you spend a lot of money to buy one of these nice FMCs, but you're still using the in-game one. Great things. Let's see, 0 fuel weight, that was 362, yeah. Reserves, I think it's the fin reserves of 5.6. Then thrust limitations. Before we start setting this, let's actually go and set it here, and let's just look outside how it's looking. I think they have, so we're done with the with that boarding. Let me just quickly, oh, but look at that, there is some of the inside, but it's, yeah, this is really bare bones. Nothing like the Explain 1 A300. But hey, at least you have like the colors here. Look at that. That's interesting. And here you have the passengers boarding. Yeah, okay. Not gonna show this. Makes this seem much older than it is. At least with the insides. I don't really think P3D has a lot of good things, but not a lot of planes with good cabins. Their Cardinado actually has some really nice ones. But of course, less heavy on the systems. Let's do this one and use this for all our actions, so we can do the doors, because I don't think we can do it. Oh, here we can also do it. That's maybe best. Let's use this for legs, and here we can do doors. So let's close our cargo doors. And then we can go here. We can search on our departing airport. We have our runway, we have a condition that's dry, and we can listen to active sky 80s.
Oscar Tango Hotel Airport information Hotel 1700 Zulu weather wind 017 at 5 visibility 8000 sky clear temperature 35 2.27 QNH 1001 advise on initial contact that you have information Hotel
01 I think it was, right?
Oscar
Let's see, sorry about that, coughing right in the mic. That's the way to go. Yeah, good. So we have the right QNH. Frustrating, I think we can do a rated one. Flaps 5, air conditioner, we can have them on auto. We can have those on auto as well. Takeoff weight, I'm gonna assume it's a bit lower. So 390. Oh, sorry, like this we should do it. And then that CG, we can probably see here as well if we go to payload. 26.6. 26.6. And then let me hide the keyboard and calculate. Voila. 121, 127, 136, 58 as our selected temperature. There we go. What did it suggest here? We can do 1. And then 56, right? That should be good. Takeoff data, flaps 5. 26, can we put that in like that? 27, okay. And let's see, what was it? 121, 127, 136. So before we do that, we should populate this one as well. We have no slope, really warm, 35 degrees Celsius. Takeoff weight, I think that was this. Let's see, 121, 127, 136. So it does align. I don't think you will see this. I'm not sure if you will see these references in the real airplane, but would be cool though if it did show. So there we go. And let me go back to performance. I want to execute that separately. Okay. Perfect. We have that set up. We have done our performance calculation. We can go to menu. Let me see, what else do you have here? What's this video? Okay, it's just different camera surveillance. I think there's some documents here, manuals and stuff. Also some pilot utilities. Let's go airport map. So 3-4 left, it's really close by. So this is gonna be a quick taxi. Emirates 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance. I probably forgot to say heavy, right? Emirates 4003 heavy, ready to copy IFR clearance. And there, now we're getting it.
We're ready to go when you are.
3-4 left.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 755 with service
Emirates
to
4003
Dubai. Our flight
Heavy
time will
is
be
cleared
roughly
to Oscar
2
Mike
hours.
Delta Bravo.
Now that the cabin
Fly
door is
via
closed,
the Piers
please make
2
sure that all
departure
devices are in
with the
airplane
Piers
mode and your large
transition,
devices are
then
now
is
shut
5.
down and stowed. Please
Climb
fasten
to
your
4,000
seatbelt and make
feet
sure that
via
all tray
departure.
tables and seat backs are in the
Expect
full
higher
upright and locked
clearances 2
position for
minutes
departure.
after
Cabin
departure.
crew secure doors for
Radar
departure.
director on 119er.4.
Oh yeah, good thing to mention. I've
4142.
hidden the yokes, so that's why they're down. They should be moving otherwise. I just don't like to see them moving around.
Altimeter is 2956 ground on 120.22 Emirates 4003 Heavy.
Okay, so what were we supposed to squawk? I always forget to look at that. 3142. Okay, so 3142. There we go. We have the squawk setting. We have the right altitude. Third server stuff. That's ready. That's perfect. Anything else? I think we can start our APU. And this one also has the checklist. That's pretty intuitive. So we can do oxygen, flight instruments. Those are normal. What else? Flight deck door. Oh yeah, passenger signs. Good. And on that topic, we can actually close our doors. Close all. And we'll ask for this one. I'm gonna say that we're ready for pushback as well. I think we have closed all doors now. Let me have a look quickly on the outside. Looks pretty good. All the doors are closed, and we'll be taking off from here, runway 34 left. MCP, we have populated that. Takeoff speed, CDU pre-flight. That is done. We haven't done the trims yet. And what was that? Let's have a look here. Trims. 575. Can you trim it already? It seems like you can, so let's put that to 5. I think that should be it, so that should be the trim. I do have the engine shut down. Let me see, what are we waiting for? Oh yeah, I'm gonna interrupt the pushback. Oh, I didn't need to do that actually, because I can do it like this. I think it's the SODE jetways, right? So I can... Let me see. Oh wait, they are disconnected now automatically, so that's good. Sorry, I didn't notice that. I didn't see that they were disconnecting. Let me just put this into the back to the right camera angle. This one is already at the right one. Okay, good. So let me check whilst we're doing this. We'll do the not the electrical panel, but the engine. No, not the engine one. Sorry, the system one. That's the one. Start here. We have APU now. So we don't need that. No external power. And what that means is that we can go here to ground connections. And we can release the ground power. And they'll be connecting here with the pushback track. So the ground power should be disconnected, and we'll remove the wheel chokes. Anything else we need to do? DFC should be on for the traffic. There we go, that's disconnected. We'll remove the wheel chocks. You'll see now we have all these warnings are gone, or these small little cones. So we'll do nose right and tail left. Okay, let's see. Are we ready? Pushback clearance, we need that. Emirates 4003 heavy, ready for pushback. Close this way, don't need to look at that DFP and we get pushback clearance. Let's release our parking brakes. And let's see how this GSX pushback goes. I still think I prefer the ultimate ground crew, but I do often use the GSX one during these videos just because of the talking issue. Like if I talk, the ultimate ground crew will hear me since there's no like button to push, or at least I haven't set that up. Look at that, being pushed back, pretty.
For an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Nice that they have some of the inside model that at the terminal. Okay, let's see, we can start our engines. This is GSX, they usually give us the start engine pretty quickly.
Welcome aboard. We're about to show you the safety features of this Emirates flight, and we need your full
Okay,
attention.
that one is starting.
Your baggage should be securely stowed in the overhead
Actually, I have
lockers.
this on to see that it's stabilized. I'm just quickly going to jump to checklist and check that we have
In economy class,
done
you
that.
may
We've done
also
tax
use
and
the
takeoff
space
reading,
under
I
the
would
seat
say.
in front of you.
Let's go back to
For
engine.
takeoff and landing, laptops need
So
to be
that we can
switched
see that
off and
it's
stowed
stabilized.
correctly. Any mobile phones or tablets should be
I
put
do
into
think the
flight
PMDG
mode.
has different
After
sound
takeoff,
packs for
we'll
the
let you
different
know when you
engines,
can turn
so
on
it does sound a
Wi-Fi
bit
and mobile
different.
roaming.
Put this down a bit.
If you lose your phone,
And let me just show you now. You can see the right engine starting. I'm not sure if these pattern witness ones are as big as the general electric one. I don't think so. They look a bit smaller. I wonder if there's like any fuel benefits. Or sorry, this is not the pattern witness, this is the Rolls Royce. But I'm wondering for both the pattern witness and the Rolls Royce if they have any benefits over the general electric one.
seatbelt sign is switched on. You should be seated with your
Let's
seatbelt
see.
fastened.
So,
Wear it low and tight across your
I
lap.
think the right
Adjust it by
engine
pulling the
is
strap.
relatively stable.
Lift the metal
Let's
flap
start
to
the left.
unfasten. We recommend wearing your seatbelt at all
Okay,
times
they're
throughout
telling
the
us to
flight,
set parking
securing it
brakes.
over your blanket when sleeping. So if needed, we
We
won't
are
have to
starting
disturb
the
you.
left engine.
It is illegal to
Of course, we
smoke
could have done a
on
lot
board,
more of
including
these
using or charging
checks, right, in
electronic
terms of
smoking
the
devices.
lights and
Toilets have
stuff.
smoke detectors.
For example, this one should be...
In
It's
the
cool because I
unlikely
even
event
check
of an
my
emergency
hardware one
landing,
will
please
kind of light
brace
up when I do
yourself like
this.
this against the seat in front of you. Or where that's not possible,
Let's
brace
see,
by leaning as
anything
far
else?
forward as you can
The
with your
engines
arms
are
tucked under your
starting.
legs.
Let me see, maybe the service
If
intercom
necessary,
can be
oxygen
on.
masks will appear from above you. Pulling the mask towards you starts the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your face
Let me
and
see if
breathe
we have the
normally.
flight
Put
controls
your
here,
mask
and
on
then we can
first and
double
then
check
help
the trim.
others.
So stab trim, there, 575.
Even if you are a frequent flyer, it's a good idea to read the safety card in your seat pocket.
Okay,
It'll
so
remind
in
you of
terms
the safety
of
aspects of this particular
the
aircraft.
engines, both are
Take a moment to
stabilized,
locate
both
the
are started
emergency
nicely,
exit nearest to your seat, which may
nothing
be
looks
behind you.
off.
10
That's always
emergency
good.
exits on the main deck of this A380. There are 6
I'll
emergency
confirm that we
exits
have
on
a
the
good
other
engine
deck.
start.
If needed, lights at full level will die.
We have both engines moving. I'm not sure if they... how they kind of look, let's go from the outside of it. Yeah, they do look pretty good. I really like this Emirates livery, even though I always feel when you have the website here, it does look a bit trashier, but it does work with this Emirates livery for some reason. Or maybe not trashier, it's more like logos there, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, let me just jump out of this,
Your
jump
flight
into the
with
plane.
Emirates.
And yeah, we can see them walking away. We can now blind him by putting on the runway turn-off lights, the taxi lights. We can also shut the APU. We can move to the next checklist for taxi, anti-ice, that was auto, the recall, let's do that again. The auto brake, rejected takeoff. Flight controls, now we don't have them, they don't show because I have them on hidden, so we'll have to do this by looking at this one. Elevator seems to be working. Aileron seems to be working. Rudder seems to be working.
The cabin is ready
Looks
for takeoff.
good. Oh, the rudder is, maybe it's the wind that's making it, you can see it's a bit moving with the wind. Which makes sense since it's coming from 117. So the cabin is ready for takeoff. The GSX crew has magically disappeared. I'll release the parking brake. I'll also ask here. Oh, maybe that's ready for departure. Okay, so they did that themselves nicely. Okay, let's put in some oomph, and let's do the flaps as well to 5. I'm gonna go back to the checklist just to make sure. Flight controls were good. Ground equipment. Let me see now. I don't know why it always wants to go to the left like a prop plane. There we go. Flaps should be 5. Once that's 5, then that's complete checklist. Okay, so normal. Oh, that's an X. Aren't we allowed to go this way? Or maybe it's just a sign of some sort. Okay, let's see. Could be, of course, that the wing clearance, right? This is a big airplane. So, nah, but it looks good. And I mean, they wouldn't want to release like Hamad and Dubai, like they're mainly flying these huge 777s, A380, A350s, right? So they want to avoid that sort of incidents. So a lot of clearance in terms of the wings. Okay, let's put on the clock as well. I always forget to do that otherwise. Oh yeah, taxi clearance. Emirates 4003 Heavy, ready to taxi. I would be awful on the VATSIM, unfortunately. My god.
Taxi to runway 34 left Emirates 4003 Heavy Tower on 118.02
Okay, we are at the right.
Emirates 4003
So I'm
Heavy.
gonna remove that. Okay, let's so I don't think they're handing us off automatically. Emirates 4003 Heavy, ready for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff.
Oh, we got the tower handover already, so quite quickly. Let's put on our landing lights, strobe lights as well. Let's have a look that nobody else is landing. And we got the runway advisory system functioning. Let's remove the taxi lights, we don't need that. What else hadn't we remembered? Weather radar, right? That one should go on. And other than that, LNAV might be good to have on. All the throttles are armed. Things are looking quite nice to set up. These planes are quite easy to fly in that sense that they are quite explanatory, self-explanatory. And they do a lot of automated stuff, or a lot of things are automated. Okay, so we are ready. Let's maybe stop, not do a rolling takeoff. Okay, let's see, the engines are spooling up nicely. There we go. Cobra. Okay, let's see how this goes.
80 knots.
80 knots. Check. Okay, we will quickly V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
B2.
Ooh, we have so much trust in these.
Positive rate of climb.
Positive rate of climb. Gear coming up. Unfortunately, you can see I have some photoreal mismatch here with the ground. I need to have a look at that and see if there's some photoreal file I need to turn off. Let's see. So that's still looking good. We can shut the runway turn off lights. We can go on VNAV, so it will keep our speed.
Radar director on 119.4 Emirates 4003 Heavy.
We have LNAV,
Radar director Emirates 4003.
and there you can see the skyline of Qatar. There should be more buildings though, I think. I remember it was a bit more. But this will do for P3D purposes. Okay. Climb to 4,000 feet. Let's wait till we get more clearance. Okay, so we still haven't got any higher clearance, so I'm still manually flying this, but let's put on the, let's wait, we'll manual fly it for a while. It's a bit fun actually to manually fly. Put that to legs page. Got this beauty though, beautiful thing, absolutely stunning. Okay, we're gonna be making a right turn here if I'm not totally mistaken.
Center on 126.7, take gear Emirates 4003 Heavy.
Hoping we get that climb clearance.
Center Emirates 4003 Heavy at 4,000 feet.
Yeah, there we got the direct, so it was a vector. So I should have kept it as a discontinuity to be honest. Okay, climbing to 1,000
feet Emirates 4003 Heavy.
So 1,000 feet. Let's see if we have the VNAV one. So it should. Maybe it wants us to pick up speed first, right? And there, now we get that VNAV kicking in, wanting us to climb. Okay, good. It's quite easy to fly manually when you have the flight director to follow as well. It's a nice plane to fly, the PMDG 777. If there's one other 777 I could imagine getting, it's the Flight Factor one. It just looks really good, that one. Of course like the PMDG one, but I do own X-Plane on P3D, I don't do Microsoft Flight Sim, so which I think is quite fine. I mean, having 2 sims is more than enough. You don't have time to fly all the planes anyway. But hopefully at least with my videos I can show you all some different planes, and then you can kind of decide as well if you're interested in P3D which ones you want to get. Okay, so let's see, now we're climbing over 7,000 feet. Here you can see we're soon lose this oxygen there, because we're getting out of the LOD range of it. They should have like an LOD that kind of like puts a larger LOD on like the bigger buildings. The small ones doesn't really matter, right, if you get them to survive. But the large ones, it's weird, you know, with them just popping in from nowhere, the skyscrapers. Oh, I just remember something really big mistake actually I did, and that's not putting in the barrel reference. So that should have actually been, let me see, one.
Flight level 170 Emirates 400.
That should have been the barrel. 170 wants us to arrest our descent a bit. I think it wants us to pick up
Gentlemen,
speed.
we are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your
170.
larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please belt fasten
Okay, and now we
your
can go to
seat
standard,
belts.
right? So,
Galley
I mean, a bit of an
doors
unnecessary change, but I did forget the altimeter, which is never a good sign. Okay, let's see, we'll keep it like this so we can pick up speed. I think it looks like we have a bit of a fog. After we picked up the speed, I think I'm gonna do autopilot. Flying straight is not the nicest experience, so let's do that. Let's go now on autopilot. Oh wait, why does it want us to... I'm gonna stop that, I'm gonna disconnect the autopilot. I have no clue why it wants us to... Why would we want to dive down? There we go. Okay, let's see. So we were descending a bit. I think it was maybe because to pick up speed and to put ourselves back on the VNAV path. That's my guess. So I was going a bit above it. But yeah, that was weird. I don't think we want that. Yeah. But I guess that's true with the real planes as well. They can do a bit of weird things sometimes with the VNAV. Okay, let's check. We're soon at the top of the climb. There we are at top of the descent. It's not that much left. Let me see how much we have left. Well, 100 nautical miles to our top of descent. So still a bit in terms of the whole journey. We probably still have around 200 nautical miles, so it'll be a bit of a flight. We'll turn off the landing lights now as well, because we're above 10,000. I'm also gonna put the seatbelt signs to off. Let me see how high did they want us to fly. Flight level 210, which is our top of climb actually, so won't be going higher than that for this short flight. Which seems like a bit of an odd... We'll be burning our fuel like crazy. God damn. You sure they want to go higher?
Please return to your seat as the seatbelt sign is now on.
I still believe we'll have serious fuel issues if we continue at this pace for... Well, it won't be long, but we won't have a lot of fuel left. Okay, let's see. Okay, we'll climb again now, up here. I think you also have some options on the P3D version if you want to have all these three showing. I think if you go like aircraft, equipment, you can choose. Let me see. That was the ADF. For these standby instruments, right? Which one you like? But since it looks a bit empty like that, I usually like to keep all these three. But it's just something that's good to mention. Let's see now. We are climbing. Settings are looking good. We have standard for reference. Let's go and find some nice view as well to look at. Sorry for the noise, probably a little bit loud. We have the engine. Nice outside. See the car in the distance. Just a beautiful plane overall. Let's see if we have some nice. This is pretty nice with the engine. I think there's also a more forward one. From the back, see the camera shaking because we're in the dirty air of the engine. From the top, seeing some small island there, the moon. Here you can see kind of the wings, the nice kind of swept or curve. I guess you can call it curve, is it right? So yeah, looking good. I think that's the same island we saw when we were flying from Kish in one of my other flights. But what else do we need to do then? So we are gonna be going to, already since we're soon, we can already do our
We'll be starting our in-flight service.
flight for like our descent planning.
Back to our list of complimentary and premium drinks.
So 30 left.
Are available for a small
What's
part.
important here to remember? It's to remember that we do have right, sorry, these are the obstacle, we want the ILS one. So we're using the chart fox, as I usually do. I do wonder though, could you upload the files yourself here? Because here we have like documents. No documents, so you could probably have a library where you could put these in. That would be pretty cool. I probably should do that, since I don't have Navigraph. I think I'm getting it, just never pulled it apart. But let's have a look at this chart. Not the prettiest one. United Arab Emirates, so this is taken directly from, I guess, their own, the ones that are released by the country's organization, I think. So let's see, 299, localizer, 111.3, 192. I think, right? I think it's like A for the fastest, and then it goes down, something like that. But that's 192 for the minimum. And then anything else to be aware of? Things probably below 62 feet, so pretty low situated airport. Let me also just move this away so I can look at it whenever I pop it up and verify. But we can do some verifications here by going to the nav radio. See that we have the correct ILS here. That's good. That's always a good sign. Then, if we're gonna do the minimums, it will be Barrow. I think it's only Cat 2 and Cat 3 that's different. So there we can see we have the Barrow there, and the way you do this, it's this weird, like, scroll around. Let me see if I'm getting close now. That's perfect. We're seeing nothing on our flight radar, and that's good because we do have the active skyflight radar. So if it doesn't show anything, then it means there is really nothing here, apart I guess from clean air turbulence. But I didn't see anything that would indicate that on our flight.
Atlantis 4.85 Emirates 4003 Heavy.
We have the different flight levels in our flight plan.
Center Emirates 4003 Heavy and flight level 210.
Yeah. Nothing too interesting. I like that you can also here kind of see how, you know, your top of climb, see the wind at these different stages in your flight. I'm guessing this is the knots, right? So like minus 13, I presume. And I'm not really sure how to read these ones, but I'm guessing it does give you wind direction. Well, let's maybe verify that with active sky actually. So we do a wind aloft. So let's say we are at 21, around 11, which kind of is the same. We'll have around 13, minus 13. Or not minus 13, but or that's potentially the degrees. That could also make sense. Minus 64.56. That could be the case as well, and then I need to learn how to read those weather charts. I think I found a document that did have some good explanation. Let me see if we can find it though, if in case you also want to. Let me see here. So here we have kind of a drop. So this is the jet course 25 knots, 105. Let's see if we have one that just shows the basing one. There's a bit of different symbols. So if you just want to read. Maybe this one doesn't have the information I want. I did find a German one, but I couldn't interpret that, or I hadn't had time to try and translate that. If someone has a good document, please feel free to send it, leave a link down. It would be nice to be able to have a look, because I've never paid too much attention to how to interpret the Navigraph weather radars, or the weather information in the Navigraph flight or SimBrief. Okay, let's see, still going good. I think in terms of fuel it's looking fine. In terms of checklist, I think the next one is the descent checklist. So the after takeoff and the descent. In terms of engine, let's just have a look, since we do have maintenance failures on. Some difference here. There's some difference in the engines though, but nothing that seems to be causing any issues. Lights are correctly set up, passenger signs as well. We're flying very slowly, I just realized. What we could actually do is to keep this flight level, and then instead of having that, we can just hold. And then we'll push it a bit. In terms of speed, speed this up, so to speak.
Expect the
Let's see if we're getting quite a bit faster now.
Runway 30 left will be on transition Emirates 4003 heavy.
We have such a low flight level, right? That's why. Good. I also realized that this is, of course, the 777 is a Boeing aircraft, right? So it's part of our Boeing series. Not sure which one I'll do next, though, after this one. There's quite a few I want to show. Could be, I think I'll be doing in the middle of this one. But let's see, I have a list on my phone. Actually, let's bring it forward to check what I have left. But I want to do the Captain Sim 757, of course. Also want to do the Captain Sim Classics and the Captain Sim Jurassic. The Jurassic one I'm actually really looking forward to, because that's quite nice with a total overhaul mod. So then that Jurassic one and the middle is Jurassic one would be nice. Then we have the iFly 737 MAX 8, the PMDG 737-800, then the PMDG 747-400 and 747-8. And then let me see, the CLS 747 would be nice to do. And maybe I'll do the Freeware 727 as well for Prepar3d. In terms of X-plane, I guess the IXEG I want to do at some point is 737 and the Field is 747. So that's my Boeing plan. Let's see. Is there anyone I'm missing? I guess I could do the iFly, the NG ones on iFly. I never had time to buy the Boeing 737-600, 700s. Maybe I could do that instead of the iFly ones that I have, just to showcase that airplane. Because it's quite the same as the 737-800, right? But let's see, let's see. Just looking at this list now, we have a lot of interesting aircraft that could be fun to try out. I'll also do an Embraer series of one at some point. And then on Embraer we have the Carnado B120 that I don't have, but I'm thinking of buying it just to try it out. I've heard it's one of the better ones that they've made. Then we have the Field Air ERJ 145 and the Field Air 170 to 195, which would be interesting. Okay, 120. So I'm just gonna put that in already. So
transition to cross-haul about 2,000 feet altitude is 2956 Emirates 4003 heavy.
There's some, and then the Russian theme I have a request also. So Prepar3d 154, really interesting at the 134. I also think there's a good freeware, Antonov 24. And IL 62 is pretty good actually, in terms of navigation. So many other systems, and I think there's a Prepar3d 144 out there to look at. Yeah, there's so many things I wanna do videos on, because I basically noticed myself when I was buying some of these, there were not that many P3D version 5 videos, so I think it's always nice to have one just to showcase the plane kind of thing. Yeah, then I have some other themes as well, but let's see what I continue with. I might be mixing them up a bit. It gets a bit boring if you fly kind of the same, I noticed at least. Okay, let's see. We can kind of here start to go back to the VNAV. I would say, or let me rephrase that, what I just said about being boring at the same time. It gets boring if it's the same type in terms of the system commonality, right? So let's say the Airbuses, just because they're quite easy to handle in that sense, right? It really is like a hard to screw up playing with all the protection systems, even though you can of course do that. And I would say the same with the Boeings if you flew like the 787, the 777. And well, those maybe, because those are quite similar. I think they even have the shared type rating. Yeah, let's see. So we'll be going. I don't know if Prepar3d gives shortcuts. I doubt they will. So that's a bit unfortunate. But oh well. Should maybe have done vectors instead, actually, now that I thought of it. Okay, let's see from the outside a bit. Some more islands, probably a military airfield. There we can see some mountains. I'm guessing that's kind of like that Oman, where Oman and Dubai intersect. Or not Dubai, but the United Arab Emirates. Now we are actually descending. So what we can do is ask our passengers to put their seatbelts and so on. So I'm pretty sure they want that. It's requesting to put drag. We have no need for drag. We're easily gonna be able to hit our targets, I think. Yeah, this should be no problem, I think. We'll ignore the VMAP for now. We just need to be below 12,000. I think Dixam is the problem, right? Probably be a bit above that one. Let's see what else. Is there any like cockpit flight door to close on these ones? I don't think so. Like the flight door locked. I didn't think about that. You know, some of the modern ones have a specific button. It could be that they have one, right? But it's just not the model. On that topic, actually, I do think that they have modeled these ones. You can see the oxygen mask test. That's nice. Always nice to see this extra. And then, let's see. Okay, they still want that drag. We'll be fine. Maybe descending a bit crazy fast, but. But I'm not gonna tweak with that now. We'll be just sending quite appropriate. I would say maybe the speed one is the only thing will be a bit faster than we should be. Yeah, so we're kinda at the Dixon, not where we're supposed to be. Now let's see. It's probably gonna start decreasing a bit our vertical speed, so we can start. We'll decrease our vertical speed so we can start decreasing our actual speed. Transition up through this flight level 13,000, so we should already now try to get our 80s. I'm gonna use that from
Oscar,
Active
India,
Sky.
Bravo, Sierra, airport information, Kilo 1500, Zulu, weather, wind 307 at 6, visibility 5,000, sky clear, temperature 35, dew point 28, QNH 0999, advise on initial contact, you have
099.
information, Kilo. Oscar, India, Bravo, Sierra, airport information, Kilo 1500, Zulu, weather, wind 307 at 6, visibility 5,000, sky clear, temperature 35, dew point 28, QNH 0999, advise on initial contact, you have information, Kilo.
Just gonna go back to wait to see. I'm just gonna. I always mishear what they're saying. 307, I think she was saying 307, not 370. 307 at. Say 9? Maybe it's the. They're saying 4 now, so it's the variable is 4. And actually, this is not the right for the landing, so let's do something in between there, right? Like 55 and 4. And then outside air temperature 38 degrees, that's super warm. Oh, that's in Fahrenheit now, 38 Celsius. So 100 in Fahrenheit. We do not have a dew point, right?
122.5 Emirates 4003 heavy.
I remove that from standard, so 999.
Approach Emirates 4003 heavy descending to 2,000 feet.
Yeah, we're still descending, looking good. We have the good age, the flap is 30 the max, right? I do think so.
Continue descent by VUTE 3 Charlie right.
Auto.
For the ILS approach to runway 30 left. The Alcon transition Emirates 4003 heavy.
Sorry, DB, right? Ah, now I need to redo this. Sorry. 55 at 4. 38 Celsius. QNH 999. VRF at 5. Why not? We can calculate this because it's dry. There we go. 143 should be our landing data or landing reference. So what did I say? 133, right? 143. That's quite a bit faster than this one is recommending, but
We have begun our final descent into Dubai. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any craft one final
let's
time.
follow that
Ensure
one.
tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on
Okay, we are
items
below
either in the
10,000
seat back
feet.
pocket
The
or under
landing
the
light
seat
should
button.
go on again. So we are quite on track. We should soon be able to actually see the Dubai skyline, which we can see there at the distance. You can see the Burj Khalifa. I still think that's the world's tallest building, right? So that's pretty cool. We can do an auto brake of 2. We should have done the checklist. Recall. Check. Now it's loading in the airport. Good. Nodes. Checked. I actually think you can write notes with this one. If you go away here, you have the pilot utilities. Then you have the, I think it's a scratch pad, right? You can be like, hey. But I use this sometimes just to get in some, you know, to remember stuff. Okay, auto brakes on. Landing data. Yeah, we have the minimums. Approach briefing. No specific risks, I guess. If this was the real world, I guess traffic might be an issue. Probably a lot of wide bodies coming in here. But nothing else. I'll be the pilot flying. Yada yada yada. Yeah, that sounds like a good approach briefing. Approach. We have the altimeters. Somewhat. Speed brake and these. We can arm the speed brake already. Since this is quite a nice descent with basically nice refined steps before we turn in. We should be fine actually. Let's see, anything else we need to do? Not much else. Would have been nicer to land from this direction, just with the skyline and stuff. Now we're landing like from the back direction, which is less nice. Let's change to this seat for a bit. So there we have Dubai, and I think it's further down you'll have the actual rich city, right? Which I'm totally brain freezing now on, but Abu Dhabi, right? The real rich city of United Arab Emirates. Let's see. I'm trying to just give you a good view here. And I just removed that. Now it's freezing up a bit. You can see some boat going there. And let's see, can we see some other ships? Yeah, some ships in the distance. Here you can see all the OTHH popping in now. There's the airport. So yeah, looking quite good. A bit of stuttering though. My guess is when it's a lot of buildings, usually stutters a bit the game. And a lot of airports nearby as well. But I think I only have this one as a payware one here. I don't really have any for Abu Dhabi and these areas. Probably have a lot too many add-ons, to be honest. Should probably just select the few that I have on from time to time. Okay, let's see, we're still descending. I think 2,000 feet is our approach. Oh, interesting. We don't have. So between Dot and Scepter, we don't really have. But we have a. Let's join those together. Let's see if we. Because now we're. I think you can see it here as well. It'll just be like a journey away and then back. Outside of it just to so you can see the flight Tampa airport has these nice clouds that it kind of generates. I guess it's supposed to be a bit of like sand in the air kind of vibe. It does it quite well considering how old this airport is. I think it was made like back in 2012 with an update in 2015. It should probably update it again, but for some reason it didn't. But that's a bit unfortunate. I just feel like this is land class. You still have some areas with land class here. And though the rest is for the real small thing, but of course one can always get annoyed by those. But this is also freeware for the real, so and it's really good otherwise. I mean, look at the I mean, if you compare, this is like a payware flight Tampa OTHH, and then if we go around here, we're getting the non-payware OTHH, and it looks pretty damn good also. To be totally frank, I'm not sure the flight Tampa airport's OTHH was, I mean, it is better, but not like 38 euro, 38 USD better. At least maybe today with it was quite old and quiet, but it changed quite a bit since 2012. I mean, that's 12 years ago, can you imagine? But I mean, look at this, it's really cool. Okay, so 20 nautical miles with this, continuing to track with this. And then Actually, should have tried the vector one instead. This will just be a pain to wait on. Because we'll basically be going back and then we'll have to load back the autogen. But the really looks good, the flight on the one with these sand clouds, and dust clouds maybe is the word. It's also quite interesting to think of like Dubai as being this desert city, just like in June, I guess. It's become this massive place where a lot of people, expats, have to like moving. Here we're seeing the mountain ranges at the distance. That's probably on the kind of border between Oman and the United Arab Emirates. Let's see if we get to make a turn to the right soon. Anything else we can do with these fully automated planes? No, not really. I think everything's set up correctly. I hear the ATC in the background discussing. Now it's 10 nautical miles before we start making our turn. Now, sorry for not doing the best to make content now, but it's just such a slog going all the way around here. I think in real life they usually, this is just what I picked up from others, would usually make a shortcut when there's not that much traffic, right? So you don't have to go all the way to the edge of this. But this one makes sense, of course. We have a lot of planes flying in. It's good to have this sort of like let's call it a highway to the runway. How's our fuel looking? 17,000. Okay, so we have enough fuel. It's just me being overly stressful in that sense. Let's see. So landing gear and flaps, that's the remaining items. I think we'll do a manual landing since we do I think a manual landing will be good since we do have quite clear weather. I even have autogen out here, that's nice. I really want to give a big heads up to Matthias, who's also made the auto or the photo reel for this this country as well as the autogen. Okay, let's see. So we're still turning now. Finally turning towards the true final approach. Yeah, this is when people do this the best. This don't have any clouds, man. No, but to be frank, we can look at this on the clouds, but it just depends a bit on which sprite it's using, or which model it's using. Okay, as you can see, we can't really see Dubai anymore, so we really made it a long way around. Here I guess you can see the autogen gets the photo reel gets a bit blurry. But I mean, I'll have to take this then the super sharp one just because of the size difference. It's huge. This is like much less heavy in terms of storage. Let me just get back to the normal view. There we go. I have so many unnecessary views. I should clean that up for all my airplanes. For some reason I haven't. Okay, let's see. And now we have about 20 plus nautical miles left, so not that bad. We are flying quite slow. 210 knots. We can put on the approach mode, the localizer, and so there we go. We have the localizer now. Soon captured. Let's see what else we can. Let's not do anything with the EFB. I've had one crash with the EFB, so I'm always a bit cautious using it. The reason we don't really need it anymore. Maybe when we land we can use it for the airport map, but I'll just taxi to the nearest one to speed things up a bit. Okay, let's see. So now it's exactly 20 nautical miles to the runway threshold. Still can't see the glide slope. The VNAV is still active, at least in terms of the path. So we're going down to 2,000 feet. We should soon see the skyscrapers again. Okay, we got the ILS clearance. Before we land, let's just quickly check. Missed approach, climb direct to B777, then on track 284 to Egnot, hold at 3000. I think that's what we had here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So we have a hold there. It's looking good. About 50 nautical miles. Before we land. I think we can put on the runway turn off light. Let's do the tax light as well. So we have that. 29053. 29053.
Altimeter is 293 tower on 118.75
I don't think you can do that in reality. There will be a bit of a difference, but I cheated a bit.
Tower Emirates 4003 heavy inbound for ILS approach runway 30 left.
Okay.
left will call when established on final Emirates 4003 heavy.
Okay. So we got the tower handoff. The call when we're established. I'm just going to do the call now. So I guess you would do that when you have both the glide slope, but I just I don't want to forget that. Emirates 4003 heavy established on final. Okay. That's good.
Clear to land runway 30 left Emirates 4003 heavy.
Guess this is some extra indicator for air for speed. I don't think we need to do. Let's start by disconnecting the auto throttle. Going to flaps 1, flaps 5. Let's drop the landing gear as well. Drag required. I think we're fine. Let's get that speed down by quite a bit. Everything else should be ready. Just need to disconnect the autopilot. Let's see. Now we're following the glide slope. Let's go flaps 10, 15 I think is the next step. Okay, and we are following the glide slope. Let's see. Still looking quite good, maybe a bit fast, but we are quite nicely. Let's go to flaps 20. Restart descent a bit. Let's go to flaps 30.
1,000.
1,000. You can see we have the dust here. We are a bit to our left of the localizer.
Approaching 30 left.
A bit above, not by much I would say. Let's give a bit more speed.
400.
This should be good enough. Okay, some
300.
a bit of weird placement with the roads. Okay,
200. Minimums.
continue.
100.
100.
60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Yeah, okay, we're down. Quite smooth, maybe a bit low on the speed. Let's go with thrust reversers. Speed brakes deployed. Let's see, 80 knots. I think we can disconnect the manual brakes. There we go. So it is quite a stable approach. This is what I like about this plane. It really is a treat to land.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dubai. The local time is 3:02 p.m.
We can start
and it's
the
currently about
APU, I
38
think.
degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile
Shut
device
the landing
to remain
lights.
seated until the aircraft is come to a
Strobe
complete
lights.
stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to caution when
Emirates
opening overhead bins, as
4003
items
Heavy,
may disturb
ready
your
to
flight.
taxi.
We thank you for flying with us.
Okay, we're
Ground
getting
118.35 for taxi clearance. Emirates 4003 Heavy.
Emirates 4003 Heavy, ready to taxi. Or maybe Emirates 4003 Heavy, ready to taxi. There we have some
Taxi to
other
Gate
777s.
Emirates 4003.
A whole armada of them, Jesus Christ. I mean, they do have a lot of them, right? I think they have like 100 or something of them. Let's see where they are going. So he's stopping for me, that's nice. And I can't really taxi there because we'll hit each other. But there we can overtake this other one. With that weird zoom level. There we go. Let's overtake one of these. Probably not something you would do in real life, try to overtake. But hey, who knows. So yeah, you can see it looks pretty nice. I did put, I think, the ini-builds dynamic lighting, so that should be for the, if I fly this at night, that should be quite nice. But yeah, let's see, F21 we can probably try to do just quickly here. So I'm just gonna put that in here. Request for let me know. Let's see how that's cool. They are close by. Oh no, what's it called? The VDGS. And no guide to help us with the parking, so I guess we'll do this fully manually while looking from the outside. Kind of a drone view. Okay, that should be good enough. We can stop there with the parking brake. So there we go, we're back with the fan van with all the other 777s. Let's shut our engines then, because I do think we have the APU generator on. Yeah, looks good. Shutting right engine, shutting left engine. So those seems to be shutting down. And while we do that, I'm just gonna, we can do this quite nicely with Prepar3d. You can kind of preview. So I just want us to look at how does the night look. Like, is it working? These dust things don't look too good during the night. Is this really with dynamic lighting? I mean, it looks a bit weird. And I do have dynamic lighting on, so yeah, let's just cancel that. I'll have to have a look how to set that up properly, do some testing. Okay, so the engine is shut down. That's good. I'm just gonna open, I think, the door with my... I'll just do the first one. I'll disarm that and open. And I will do seatbelt signs off. There we go, we have the deboarding now. I'll close the door because we want to have that closed for the replay. The deboarding starting, I'll end the flight. 108 feet per minute landing rate, pretty good, pretty decent. Let's have a look at our replay. Instant replay. Probably around 400. Let's try 409. A bit too far back, 340 maybe. Here we go. So, let's have a look at our landing. So we just missed the perfect landing touchdown. We're gonna be landing a bit late. I do have a tendency to float, but we did land before the runway threshold, or the runway air, or the landing area, so that's good as well. Or within the landing area. Can't really see any of these effects in the replay, that's a bit sad. But that makes sense, it's all these paver ones which they use with a different coding. But yeah, also sad in the replay you can't really see the AI plane. They just kind of disappear. But I must say, for being such an old airport, this one looks really good. This was probably the pinnacle when it came out of how airports should look. It must have been really hard on the VRAM. Or sorry, what was it called? Not the VRAM, but they had the issue with the RAM, right? You can only use like 4 gigabytes in the 32 gigabyte environment. But yeah, that's that should be about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video with the PMDG 777, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave a comment, or send a private message. I think you can do that on YouTube. I always forget, but hopefully you can. And yeah, if you have any good materials for that, the wind, how to interpret the SimBrief wind flight plans, please feel free to send that. I would be really interested in having a look. Plus, good for my own understanding. But yeah, I think that's it. So thank you a lot for watching, and have a good rest of the day. Goodbye.